Major Music.
What's good? It's been a minute. Back with another episode of the Major Music Lounge. It's your host, D Dot, coming at y'all. And today's guest on the Major Music Lounge is going to be Baltimore hip hop artist who was also on the podcast earlier this year talking about the Charm City Magic Project and the artist by the name of Twano With The Hits. Now, Twano is going to be talking about his latest release, which is Shackled Birds, some of the work he's been doing, and more. This is your first time tuning into the Major Music Lounge. I like to talk to other music creators, kind of like we're going to talk to Twano With The Hits today, and also other producers, just about their time creating music. Also, if they're into like content creation, maybe they also have experience in the film and television space. And if you're interested in getting on the podcast, you could actually contact me on one of my socials. It's going to be d._major music on Instagram, Threads, as well as TikTok. And it's going to be d.mme on X. So let's go ahead and get into the interview. Back with the Major Music Lounge podcast, have Baltimore hip hop artist Twano With The Hits. What's good, my brother?
What's going on? What's going on for the people at home? What's going on? What's going on?
Man, like we was kind of talking before, definitely a pleasure to have you back on a podcast. I've been seeing you working, from afar, especially with your latest Shackled Birds project. We're gonna definitely get into that. But how you been, man? You've been good as far as the music, life, everything else.
Yeah, I feel as though 2024 has been a roller coaster, but I will say that this has been one of the years where I've been able to do a lot with just music and basically like my mental health for real. Like improving on that for real. Like the music is important, but the mental part is also important.
Yeah, man, you got to keep your mental straight because you can't create unless you're in the right state of mind. And sometimes, you got to take some time away to refresh, come back with some new ideas. And, I think when you take breaks like that, sometimes your best work could come from that as well. So, yeah, man.
Definitely, definitely.
Man, so for those of you that may not have caught the first interview, Twano was on the Major Music Lounge podcast earlier this year, in fact, talking about the Charm City Magic Project.
Yeah, my hair
But
got longer, guys. My hair got longer.
yeah,
Yeah,
man, but for our listeners that this might be their first time coming across, a Twano With The Hits interview, tell us a little bit about, how you got started with being a music creator.
all right. So my biggest inspirations growing up, I'm from like being from Baltimore. The the biggest inspirations were like rap on the rap side of things. I would say would be Lil Scooter, Young Moose, President Davo, especially President Davo. I could sit here and say today, oh, long live Lil Scooter and President Davo. Well, I could say sitting here now, I wouldn't be in the spot I am without the ones that came before me. And with President Davo, his sound was so unique to Baltimore culture. And he was a big inspiration on how I styled my flows, like when I was starting off for real. And like, but I would say my cousin got me on to battle rapping on this website. Well, not a website, it was an app. A while it was like a rap battle type app, and that's really what got me like into actually like, oh, let me rap against people and stuff like that for real. But the music side, I definitely say it stems from artists like Scooter, Young Moose, and President Davo.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You said about that battle rap, like a lot of people don't realize how big that battle rap is in Baltimore. Like they be really going at it. I seen just a lot of the videos that some of you guys post, and I like some of the just the energy at some of these events that these battle rap events and just some of your performance events, man. Can you speak to that culture a little bit? Like, have you personally been a part of a lot of battle rap?
Uh, Outside of the app, no, I have had back and forths with, well, I wouldn't even say back and forths. I did earlier this year did get into a lyrical sparring match. And it wasn't really it was something slight. It was something slight.
Yeah, yeah. Well, talking about your project, Shackled Birds, like when was that one released? That was very recent, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was in September. That was the
Okay.
last project I dropped. That was in September. Um yeah, I started this year off with Charm City Magic, and coming off of Charm City Magic, I was like, hey, I gave people 29 songs. And then after that, I gave them Love in Baltimore 2, which is a follow-up to one of the first tapes I ever dropped on DSPs. So it was like, and then I gave them Bars in Baltimore 2. So this is also a lead up to like coming from the first tapes I dropped on DSPs when I was starting off with putting my music out there to be consumed and purchased and stuff like that. But Shacklebird is just a whole different beast for real. Like it's doing amazing right now. I feel as though the reception that album has gotten is incredible, especially coming from an independent artist with not that many ways of promotion, but just the way that people are receiving the album and telling me like, hey, I got a classic on my hands, and I'm just like, I'm happy. I'm happy that people are loving it because when I was going into making the album, I wasn't making it for anybody else. I was making it for myself for real. Like it was therapy. It was therapeutic to me. It was able to I was able to express my thoughts on the current state of my city, the current mind state of my city, while also touching on topics that a lot of people don't touch on nowadays.
Yeah, yeah, there was this song, in fact, Bird's Eye View, where I really like your storytelling on that song, like the beat on that song as well. But I felt like you kind of embodied that, kind of telling that story from your perspective about your city, and just some of the other tracks as well. Be That Monster, that was another one that I liked on the project as well.
Thank you,
Um,
thank you.
no problem, man. Now, you talked a little bit about that it's doing pretty well, pretty good, in fact, because I've even seen some of your posts. You're what, at 15 or 15,000, or you might be at
I'm
more,
at
but
So as of today, I am now at 30,000 streams overall. The
okay.
album dropped less than 4 months ago. Um and I'm just blessed, man. Like God God put me in a position to do what I'm able to do, and I really like everything that I do is coming from upstairs. So
Yeah, 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 man. Can't do it without God first, and a lot of hard work with that. And for your success with the project, like, was it something that you organically promoted maybe through word of mouth, posting online, or was it
yeah, for
something
sure.
maybe you put into like promotional plans?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely like getting the word out. Like, hey, I got an album that I think a lot of people need to hear. It's not it's not for the parties. It's not for the clubs. It's for the heart. It's for the soul. Um, yeah, just putting that out on story, Instagram, stuff like that. Like social media has been a big help to it for real.
Okay. Okay. And do you have any like videos or performances coming
So
for?
I have a bunch of performances from the album that I did a couple songs for.
Okay.
I have a show coming up where I'm headlining in Catonsville, Maryland. I have a lot of great artists on the lineup: Black Chakra, from DBL. I have Lil Low, who is also making some noise in Baltimore on the melodic side. You feel me? So it's like it's a different type of atmosphere that's gonna be taking place on January 17th. But yeah, I'm excited to put I have visuals in place and I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. I let the my supporters know that once the album hits 100K, videos are gonna start flying.
Okay, so y'all gotta go check out the album, uh, Shackled Birds, and run it up to 100,000 views because we want to see some visuals, man. Want to see those visuals for sure.
Definitely, definitely.
Now, for like independent artists out there that might be watching the show or listening to the show on the go, what's something that you learned along the way that maybe carried you to where you are today?
Um, I want to say the pressure of it all really helped me, and I know that's like to explain that further. I would say having a lot of people saying, "Hey, you can't do this. Hey, we don't want to hear that right now. Hey, we don't want." I never let the naysayers. I never let the naysayers hold me down. I do take it in consideration though. I do take it as okay. Y'all telling me what y'all want. I'll give y'all what y'all want. But at the same time, I'm gonna give y'all what I feel as though needs to be put out there. I would say just having that drive, that motivation. Also, as an independent artist, it's gonna be times where you don't have the funding or you don't have the team behind you. It's it's gonna be times where a lot of people look at you as just another SoundCloud artist and stuff like that, and you gotta tell them, no, I'm bigger than that. Having that confidence in yourself is also key to winning and surviving in this game.
Yeah, man. Like a lot of people don't know, and I think what you said goes hand in hand because I think the pressure for some people motivates you to go harder in the process, and that to me is you're gonna need some of that being an independent artist, independent producer, because you got to be your biggest supporter, and along the way, like you're not gonna find everybody that likes what you do, and you gotta kind of, I guess, find that target audience of people that do like what you do, and continue to find more and more of them over time. But the naysayers gonna always be there. The people that doubt you are gonna always be there. Sometimes
Yep,
it even be the people that are closest to you that are the ones that I'm not gonna necessarily say is hating, but they don't think you can be successful doing with music because music ain't for everybody. For one, it's not like a 9 to 5 job where somebody gonna tell you, hey, you got to record a song today, or hey, you got to make a beat today. If you want to have an album out in a couple of months or whatever, you got to get to work and you got to make sure you meet that deadline. Can't continue to push it back.
definitely, definitely. Yeah, I think those. For me being independent, it's like have the deadline. Like having deadlines is important to me, and I set those for myself. Like with Shackled Birds, I it took me I want to say like 3 weeks to to write, record, and mix that project by myself. Um I say just having that drive and having the motivation to do it is really what puts you through the door sometimes.
And when you're recording, do you have a home setup or you go like to outside studio?
So I have a home setup. I record myself. Um I'm not against going to studios like that. I'm not against it. That's where I started off from. But lately, I just been when it comes to like having a song sound how I want it to sound, I feel like nothing beats me doing it myself.
Yeah. Yeah, and with that kind of being said, like as far as your production, do you work directly with your producers or do like maybe they send a pack and you choose some beats from that pack or something that they already made? Like how does your process go?
Definitely, I have producers send me yeah, I have different producers sending me different packs, and I just choose from there where I want to go with it.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I can definitely see that as well, man. I mean, that's kind of I make a lot of my stuff, but I work with some producers as well from time to time and kind of in the same process. They might send a pack. I choose what I want out of that, and just based off of whatever I'm vibing to, I may get some inspiration from it. So, go both ways as far as that. Now, with 2024 coming up to an end, I mean, this is actually gonna be the not almost last, but almost last show of the year. But what's one of the things that impacted you in a positive way when it comes to the music that you create, or one of the things that you're even thankful for?
Um, I'm thankful for the experiences that I've been able to be a part of. Working with a lot of great musicians and even better than that, great people. Um, this year, I would say, has taught me that it's good to have a team behind you, but it's also best to have yourself first, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Um, when we did the first interview, I was a part of a group called DBL, and that and having all those lyricists around me was great for the creative process of it because it's just everybody's just trying to work harder to put out the best version of themselves for real. Um, and as time went though, it just got to the point where it's like I'm focusing. I'm kind of not to be not to be like full of myself or anything, but I got to the point where it's like I'm ahead of just dropping music. I'm at a point in my career where I need to focus on the business of it all. And some people didn't have the same thought as me. Some people were still in the creation phase of it all, where they still creating music and stuff like that. So it's like being in a group where the mindset wasn't what I wanted, it kind of prevented me from doing the things that I've been doing now as independent without a group, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I can totally understand that, man. And sometimes because I've done the group thing at some point myself, and it was just kind of one of the things where eventually, like, we still created together, but we still had our solo, path as well. And we may do collabs on other people's project, but at times you do have to find your own path in this game. And yeah, man, that's what's up, man. Now you talked a little bit about a performance that you're gonna have in January. Any other plans? I know videos, but any other plans in 2025 that you're looking to achieve?
Um, Honestly, for 2025, my mindset is like, since I dropped so much music this year, I think it's time to just focus on, like you said, visuals, doing something different with the visuals, not just having basic run and gun visuals. I want to have storylines behind it. Um, Taking the time to map out how that's gonna play out for real. Um, 2025 is gonna be more about getting the face and name out there. Like having yeah, more shows for real. I'm blessed that I'm able to headline a show with amazing artists. Um and just those opportunities to give to other inspiring artists who don't have the connections and can still find a way to have a platform for them to be able to perform music, recite music, or even if we have to workshop it for real. Um, I feel as though 2025 is just gonna be basically that idea of let's let's take it up a notch on the marketing and business side of it.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta keep pushing. You got the music, so continue to push, market, promote, and reach new audiences with your work, man. And definitely got a supporter here, and I'm gonna be looking at everything you're doing, man. And I appreciate you hitting me up as well.
I appreciate you for having me on, man. Shit with Shackled Bird, I wanted to give him a concept album, and I feel like the story throughout the album played out. And I ain't gonna lie, like even in like how I'm living now, it's like I see what I was saying play out in front of me. Like I've never seen so many dead birds in my city. I'm walking down the street and I just see dead birds on the floor and I'm just like, shit,
Yeah,
what the fuck? This an omen? But I'm like, Shackled Bird, that mindset of being trapped for real. And sad as it is, like us being trapped, some of us stay trapped and we end up dying in the trap. So when
yeah,
I so when I just as I'm going through life and I just see all these like dead birds and stuff that's like revolving around the birds, it's like, wow. I really God was speaking to me when I was making this music. Like God was speaking to me. It wasn't coming from me, it was coming from God. Um I hope that the message doesn't escape anybody's mind. I mean, but music is up for interpretation, however anybody want to see it or hear it. But I just don't want the message to be put in a negative light. Like, nah, it's not me down in the city. It's me showing what the city is. And hopefully, hopefully we have more people that step up in the city and see how it is and try to make a change with it. And it starts at home and it starts with the mindset and the mentality of the whole situation.
yeah, man. I definitely like at some point would love to come out there, Baltimore, check out the city. I
Hey,
mean,
you
been
good, man? Hey, you come out if you come out Baltimore, let me know. We gonna get lit, man. It's a lot of great spots in Baltimore, man. It's a lot of great spots.
Yeah, man. Same to you too. If you ever like Dallas, hell, if you're in Houston, holler at your boy and come down there. Same thing, man. Especially in Dallas. Smokey, I got some fire out here, man.
Oh yeah, shit. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man.
Man, what kind of shout out you got, man?
Ah, shit. Hey, I wanna. It's so many names I want to shout out. I want to shout out my family for being with me through the whole process. Knowing the days where I'm like, shit, I'm not feeling it. I might be down and just coming to my rescue on certain days, just picking me up and uplifting me and telling me, hey, everything's gonna work out. Like those talks have really helped me. I want to say thank you to my friends, thank you to my supporters, um, everybody that just been with me through this ride. Like I'm touching almost 10 years of making music, so it's like
Yes.
a lot of people been there when I was first starting, and just to see them with me now, it's just I can't even explain it, man. It touches my soul for real. It touches my soul. I want to shout out. I want to shout out the performers that we're gonna be having in January, and for the I want to shout out another Baltimore creative. His name John Tyler. He's an Emmy Award winning composer. He did the soundtrack for the Oreos. I want to shout him out. He's been riding with me, having so much faith in me, and yeah, it's always loved over there and over here for real. And yeah, I just want to, and most important, I gotta thank God. I gotta thank God. Like, no matter where I go in life, because this industry can be so evil at times. It can be demonic. I'm always gonna have God with me, and God is always gonna be there with me.
Yeah, man. Gotta keep God first in the music and in life, man. Music and in life, man. And where can our listeners find you at on socials as well as your music?
Everybody can find me on Instagram at Twano Music, TWANO Music. Y'all can find all my music under the name Twano With The Hits. Um, shit, and it's everywhere. If you search up Twano With The Hits on Google, I'm sure I'll pop up. But yeah, that's basically it.
Go
On
ahead.
YouTube, Twano With The Hits.
Yeah, he got some dope videos on YouTube as well. So follow him on YouTube, Instagram. Check out his music on all streaming platforms. Shackled Birds, the latest release from Twano With The Hits.
Oh, the
And
deluxe is out now too. Deluxe is out. The deluxe for Shackled Birds is out.
yeah, go get that. Go get that. Even on iTunes. You can follow me on Instagram at d._major music. Same thing on TikTok and Threads, as well as on X, Twitter, d.mme. And if you hung around this far, please go ahead, hit the like button while you're here, and subscribe for artists and music producer interviews that we post weekly. We're going to be taking a short holiday break. We're going to be back sometime in January, so stay tuned for that. Appreciate all the love throughout the year. It's D. and Twano with the hits, and we're out.
Speeding, push the pedal down to the metal. You can't even find a letter to get on this level. Get everything your word never ever settle. The life of a laid back type of fellow.